What's up guys, it's Tajay back with another Last of Us Part 2 discussion video, and before we get into this, can we reach 150 likes in this video, as well as if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for daily The Last of Us 2 content. We've all seen the reveal for The Last of Us Part 2, if we haven't, you wouldn't be here, but we all could tell that Ellie, she seems a bit off, a little bit different. And what I mean by different, it's like they stripped her from her innocence. Everything that made her human in the first game, I feel like is just not present in the second. And like, if you don't fully understand what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna give you guys like a small showcase analysis of how Ellie used to all the Ellie that we loved in the first game compared to the Ellie we've been, seeing in the second game from everything they've shown us this far. So nearly every big fan of The Last of Us, we all know how Ellie is. We all know how she acts. She's very witty. She keeps a good mood despite like the severity of her circumstances, and it's like she always finds the up in every down of her situation. And Ellie's someone she could be serious when it's absolutely necessary, and I think personally she's one of the most loving, loyal characters we've ever seen in a video game. Now everybody does usually love her charm, but the number one thing that I just really love about Ellie is how she's able to hide that goofy side and just put it away and be very will-minded to do whatever she pleases. She doesn't let people run over her and exploit her kindness. Like, she knows how to be a survivor, and I just think that is just so amazing. Everybody knows like how she saved Joel, like all that. Like, she's a very strong character. Now, we did get to see a little bit of this Ellie in The Last of Us 2, and we actually saw that at the very beginning, like whenever they showed us the first gameplay trailer. So at the very beginning of that trailer, like whenever they're at Tommy's where a party's ensuing, we could see her like be all witty and jokey with Jesse about like, Dina's breakup and how they're going to be back together in like a week. And, I like that. Like, we got to see that. And also we got to see her lightheartedness whenever, Dina was like, everybody in the room is staring at you. And then she says the famous line that, just a girl, not a threat. And then she's like, they should be terrified. Like that it just shows how human she could be. But then when they do that transition, that's when it all takes a turn. But before we get into that, actually think back to the first time we actually got a glimpse of Ellie. The first time she was ever shown on screen, she was in like a lot of distress, and we don't really know what's going on, but she's saying she's gonna find every last one of whoever she's referring to and kill them. And when we saw that was not the Ellie that we're used to seeing at all, which it still brought uproar in the crowd. Everybody was really excited to see the game, but that was a very different tone of Ellie that we have not seen, especially after the PSX reveal. Like, following up with the interview, Neil Druckmann even said like the game's gonna be like themed and evolved around hate instead of love. Now I just want to say, just because he says this game will be evolved around hate instead of love, that doesn't mean there wouldn't be any heartfelt moments in this game. I'm pretty sure this game will still have its moments where where we get to see a side of Ellie where she's more heartfelt, or things that touch us, us being the player. But I will still say that this game would still show us a lot of rage on Ellie's side of things. Now, if we jump into the gameplay after the transition and we just look at how brutal the world is, how dark, and it's just so eerie, like the way it's themed, it's really, honestly, I like it personally, but it's insane. And it's just like, it shows how her humanity in her is just washed. Like, if you look at the very end, wherever she's like bloody and she's actually killing the brute, like, if you just look at her, like, she looks very pale and there's blood all over her and she looks angry, and it's just, as I said, her humanity just looks washed. But again, I will say that at some point in this game, I do feel like we'll see the 14-year-old Ellie again. Not literally, but I mean like in a way, like in her older self, but we might see her not physically, but mentally. There we go. Mentally see her witty again and jokative, and I'm pretty sure we'll get some moments like that. But I just feel like this game will definitely be some nasty, crazy stuff. Like, if we just break down the images we have of Ellie and the game in its current state right now, everything that we have that we're able to pull up off of Google Images, let's just look at these images. Like, this image, she just looks like she's insane. Like, she has blood all over her face. She looks like she has like a crazy, like, dirty look on her face. Like, she just looks like she's just not there, like she's just going insane. Then we have the other one where she's holding like the machete down and she's bloody looking at the dude before she slices his head off. Like, it's just all that, it's just making her such a savage. And then as well, like her holding the hunting rifle, that's a bit more toned down, but I think you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. Like, in this game, she's definitely gonna be a fucking brute. Like, she's gonna be pretty badass. But I can't wait to see how they play it out. Like, how much of the hate they show us and how much love they show us, as well as what in the world does she hate. I just can't wait to see what what in name, like what is it that has her going on this rampage? And like I know we've been predicting that, oh, Dina, it could be like Dina's death, and I know I made a video about that too as well, like a long time ago, me predicting that Dina would die. But no, now that I think about it, I just feel like since everybody's predicting it, plus people have been predicting that since like this was all revealed, I feel like though that would be so whack, because like if we predicted it that easy in the game, we waiting all this time and we just had this prediction, and then we see her played and we're right. I just feel like that's, you know, there's nothing new. I feel like they should do stuff that keeps us off our toes, because I mean, this is the last game of the series, and then they're going to be working on a new IP. So I want this game to be like very fresh and things that we've never even expected. As I said before, things that just takes us from the left field to the right. That'd literally be amazing. And yeah, that pretty much concludes my analysis and the discussion that we have today. This is just a hot topic that I had on hand. It isn't something I'm saying is 100% will be in the game. I'm just sharing my thoughts, and I would like to know what you guys think. I really enjoy talking about this game to you guys. I love, you know, bringing the discussions. I really do this out the pure love I have for this game. Like, I'm being truly honest from the bottom of my heart. Plus, you know, I just want to make, you know, entertain you guys and make this wait a little bit less unbearable until February. And I just feel like I could pump out a lot of content for you guys. And yeah, so if you guys have a discussion down in the comments below, I'll make sure to read every single comment. I promise. Let's all have a big discussion. Let's all talk about this. Let me know. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so with post notifications on, so you know exactly whenever I post another video regarding Last of Us Part 2, as well as me going live, because sometimes I live stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another banger video.